guys.
Hey, guys. What's up, captive audience?
Hello.
All hanging out, keeping all cool in the shade.
I know, everybody's got the best seat in the house right now, right?
Yeah, excellent. Happy first day of Comic-Con to you guys here at the Fandom Fest here at San Diego Comic-Con, and also everyone out there on the internet land watching on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. Yeah. It's been an exciting day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's
We've
a lot
had a
of
good one.
We had a lot of fun here on the stage. If you guys missed any of this, we got to unveil a Game of Thrones musical.
Yes.
We got to interview a producer on video game films and kind of talk about why they're bad and how they can get better in the future, which was kind of really like nice, and that was all like intellectual.
And we got a great story of like Tom Hardy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so
apparently Tom Hardy's shy.
go back and watch that.
Yeah. and we most recently got to interview the cast and producers of Voltron, so
Yeah,
you
it
guys
was
can check
great.
all of those
They're
out
awesome
on whatever
cosplay.
channel you're watching this on later after the thing. They're all up there. But while we've been chatting with those people and each other, Comic-Con's been going around and doing all this stuff, so we kind of wanted to just do a wrap-up and kind of talk about the
catch
cool
up, right?
things that we've been seeing and hearing and experiencing here at Comic-Con.
Yeah. One in particular that we've been finding out is that, you know, at the 20th Century Fox panel, they brought Kingsman, which we talked about earlier, and they dropped a great trailer for that, and we were just gushing about how much we love Kingsman and excited for Kingsman 2 coming out with Channing Tatum and, like, all the greats. But Deadpool 2 was absent, as was, like, pretty much all of their X-Men, like, TV films, anything. And so people are kind of upset, but also we have to bear in mind that Deadpool 2 just like started filming like a month ago maybe, but not even like a little like throwing a bone or anything like that. So
Yeah.
it seems like fans are a little miffed about that right now.
It feels it's a notable absence, right?
Right,
Like
it's San Diego
this is
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Like Fox and the X-Men films like are iconic to Comic-Con. In fact, like the first X-Men film is kind of the reason Comic-Con looks like this. Before X-Men, this is like an old history lesson from this old dude. Comic-Con was basically just like half of that exhibit hall, and it was like mostly comic books. And then we finally got a good comic book movie, and this thing exploded into what you see now. It just grew rapidly over the years, and like X-Men was the first thing of that. So it feels like they kind of own Comic-Con in a way, and it feels weird to not have any of it here and stuff. Yeah.
And when Deadpool, like, first one was coming out, they did, like, a great marketing with Comic-Con in general, with, like, Deadpool with the sombrero and, like, holding up the sign, hitchhiking out to Comic-Con and stuff like that. So it's kind of a little bit of a letdown that we just didn't even get, like, an image or
right.
anything.
And it's not like, it's not like Deadpool as a concept is absent, because I don't think I've seen more Deadpool cosplay than anything else here. It is the hot cosplay currently to do, and not just Deadpool, like Deadpool mashups.
Yes,
like,
those are the best.
Yeah, it's not like you just stick Deadpool into whatever you like. You like Batman, now he's Deadpool.
Yeah.
You like My Little Pony, now it's Deadpool. Like,
But
look at
also,
that.
if
you
you
like
wanna-
Bob's Burgers, now it's Deadpool.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. There's an awesome Bob's Burgers cosplayer out there.
But luckily, we are getting a decent Deadpool 2, not really news, but news-ish through Instagram and social media anyway. So at least if you want to follow Ryan Reynolds and Josh Brolin, you can get all of the fun updates from that. Just not Comic-Con, apparently.
Yeah.
Not right now. Not this time.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear more from it in the coming months. But for something that for superhero movies that are like showing out here, over at the like DC Comics or Warner Brothers booth over in the Comic-Con, they have all the costumes from Justice League, which if you guys haven't made it over there, highly recommend checking them out, because you would think they were just like, oh, they're just kind of costumes, like whatever, like I'm sure they look neat, but there's so much detail in them. I was particularly impressed that the Flash's costume is all like skidded up. It looks like
it's like all
like he's fallen at top speed. It's like it's
no.
like motorcycle
He
gear
hit a
that's
rock
been well
and
worn.
just tumbled.
Like there's so much character in there. You know, just by looking at this costume, that this is a dude who trips a lot as he was learning to use his powers. And I just thought that was really, really neat. That like you probably can't
It's
see
like
it
running
on screen,
upstairs and just.
but you can see it when you like go to the costumes. And that's one of those great things about Comic-Con is that you get to really get so close up and sometimes even hands on with some of the stuff
behind the
that are
scenes.
like from these big
Was
movies.
Aquaman just pants?
Aquaman was full body gold scales.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy looking. Yeah, I thought we were going like shirtless.
Right, yeah.
Like Aquaman because he's got the long hair, he's got the build like hook arm, like
Just
dark
the trident
Aquaman.
and the pants.
But no, he is he at
Full.
least for some point in the film will be in. It looks like a wetsuit. It looks like
Yeah.
the fanciest wetsuit
We're used
in
to
the
in
world.
the comics, right? Because like he's got
Yeah.
the full. That's nice.
But yes, it's not orange and green though. He's not wearing
it's
like
full gold. He's like
it's
an Oscar.
all gold. He's royalty. So like he's bringing it. Anyways, speaking of Jason Momoa, we also when we talked about
Yeah.
video game movies in the past, we got details on Jason Momoa's upcoming film Just Cause based on the video game series. So if you guys are Jason Momoa fans, he's from he's Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones. Like I said, he's upcoming Aquaman. That's
He's
another
killing it.
thing. He's
In probably,
blowing
like,
up right now.
Pop culture, he's destroying.
He's basically about to become the new Rock. That's my
he
prediction.
is. Ooh.
Jason Momoa is the new
Yeah.
Rock.
And Just Cause is
What?
being.
No, the audience does
Oh.
not agree with me. No. Wait and
You
see.
gotta
Exactly.
wait and see, right?
But yeah, this is my early prediction.
But,
we'll come back
right,
to this.
Didn't he say that the director of Just Cause did San Andreas?
He did do San Andreas, yeah.
And The Rock was
And
in San Andreas.
I believe Rampage, right?
Yes.
So,
and
like,
also,
this is a dude who
who
knows how to
starred in
direct The
that.
Rock.
So
So there you go. So maybe Jason Momoa is currently the poor man's The Rock. Like if you can't afford The Rock, you get Jason Momoa. Like, or maybe you're like, I want The Rock, but also I want great hair, so you get Jason Momoa.
yeah, and
right.
because they both have the brows, like they should just do a brow off, right?
They should.
Where it's like, oh my god, I
They
want
could-
that to happen. I'm just thinking about it right now, and I'm very happy.
I don't think could they be in a movie together? Like, is the screen big enough for both of like their barrel chests and arms like to fit on there? I feel like
I say yes.
yes. I think we need to have it happen.
We need to have it in like widescreen, right? Like
the
what's
Ultra, the one that
CinemaScope.
IMAX.
We need it in CinemaScope.
Uh,
IMAX. Oh yeah, stretch them out. That'd be the perfect one.
What about you, Sharon? What's excited you so
what
far
was
at Comic-Con?
exciting me was that we were talking about Rocco's Modern Life.
Yes, yes, we
backstage
were.
actually, because we got really excited about this because our childhoods are like being thrown right
my
back
gosh.
into our face
I love
in
Rocco.
full glory. What was it was the reboot. It's
Yeah.
a little revamp, right? It's
Yeah,
not like
so-
a reboot. It's kind of like a continuation.
It's continuation, yeah. It's not starting over. It is continuing. So coming out in 2018 on Nickelodeon is the Rocco's Modern Life reboot. And if you don't know the plot,
We got some Rocco fans.
I guess at the end of the series or in this canon, Rocco, Filbert, and Heifer blasted off into space, and they've been in stasis, and they crash land back on Earth in the 21st century. So it's kind of just picking up right where it left off. It's doing Rocco things, but now there's all this like stuff that back in the mid 90s didn't exist: cell phones, social media, food trucks, all these kinds
you know
of
Heifer's going to be all
things.
up in those food trucks.
Oh, for sure. And so now they're kind of like dealing with this stuff, and it's cool. I'm interested to see like how that goes, and
I'm so excited. One of my favorite episodes of Rocco's Modern Life was when they went to the theme park and they were riding like the death-defying roller coaster that like went way up into space. If you remember it, and when they were coming down on the dip, like their skin was
Just
being
peel
pulled
off.
so far back that it was just like their skulls and their eyeballs, and they were screaming. Oh my god!
yeah, that show perfectly dances the line between like grotesque
Yes.
and comedic, and like did that. A lot of shows like try and fail. They like go too far, like
A
into
lot
the
of
gross
our
area.
childhood cartoons bordered on that, like Ren
Yeah.
and Stimpy, where you just
Yeah,
kinda
we
like,
grew up in that post Ren and
these
Stimpy
really
era.
weren't that like people weren't right when they were creating these, but they were just right enough.
Rocco was one of those shows that I was way too young to fully appreciate when it came out, and when I went back and watched it, I was shocked at how
Heifer?
any of that passed censors and was allowed to be shown on Nickelodeon. It was like there's so it's like
yeah.
the most risque show like I've ever seen of things, but like
Hey, he made
oh,
me.
yeah, right? Yeah, I mean Ren and Stimpy was definitely I was
Ren
like
and Stimpy was. You're like, what were they on when this was happening?
Animaniacs also pushed that envelope
good
in ways
stuff.
that like years later I was like, oh, finger fingerprints. I get it. That's gross. Like, yeah, I couldn't believe that stuff. That's like such a fun game for those people. There's also, speaking of animatics, like voice actors like Rob
Yes.
Paulson regularly attend Comic-Con and they do these panels. So if you guys are here and you get an opportunity to see any of the voice actor panels, highly recommend it.
Yeah.
They're some of the most entertaining things that ever happen
And
here.
sometimes they tell stories. They get like a whole slew of different voices up there, and they tell stories in their voices.
Oh, yeah.
Like I remember I watched one on YouTube where they were telling like a passage of Harry Potter, but they had like Cartman. Like they were like all of these different voices, but they were Harry Potter characters. It was like amazing. It's like the best crossover ever.
It's pretty cool. Anything cool else that you
What
saw?
else? What else have we done or seen or?
You were hyped for that Teen Wolf panel. How'd that go?
Oh yeah. So Teen Wolf is ending, and it was like their last San Diego panel, and so Twitter is blown up with it, and they're just telling like all these personal stories because it's just basically a cry fest because they're going away, and they've been like such a family, and it looked like Dylan O'Brien was like coming back, and like everybody was just reuniting. And there were all of these different quotes that people were posting on Twitter about how all of the cast got together before they were creating it and watched the original Teen Wolf together so that they could all just like understand it. And I think that's really cool. Like, I mean, you're obviously doing your homework, but you're doing it as a cast. And, a whole bunch of hot guys and hot girls together, that's also like an equal bonus. But yeah, they were just talking about how it's all become such a home for them. So, I mean, bravo MTV on the Teen Wolf note. That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, good old MTV and their fandom fest.
Their fandom
Hashtag
is just
fandom fest.
just crying tears of sadness right now. So our hearts go out to the Teen Wolf fandom right now because it's over.
They can pick up Scream or something. They got
It's
plenty of
true.
MTV
They got
shows to watch.
Or like, oh god, but you can like skip over to Freeform and they got all kinds of stuff over there now. Shadowhunters and god, they got a whole bunch of stuff over there now.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite thing coming out? I'm really excited for this Rocco's Modern Life thing. I can't get over that as soon as you told me that.
Definitely
I'm
excited
so
for that.
excited.
I think. Say it again. Oh, Stranger
Oh
Things
my
season
God.
2, definitely. Man, did that panel already happen?
Isn't that tomorrow?
That's tomorrow, right? I don't know.
There might have been
Probably
some press
something-
preview
but for
today.
Sure, let's I'm like an 11 on a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, that was no pun intended, but I'm gonna take credit for it. Oh,
That
I
was
should have.
so
I almost had the
lame.
chance to make a great joke and bombed it. But yeah, no, I'm so excited for Stranger Things too. It's like everything about the new trailer gets me more excited because there's already so many like kind of horror and sci-fi tropes from classic 80s films in there.
Yeah.
And if you're like a really big fan of that kind of like era of films, when you look at the other stuff, you can see that it still all is. It's just they're going deeper into the lores. They're going deeper into like kind of like darker horror and sci-fi stuff. There's a lot of like really interesting stuff. I mean, like, I just can't wait. I need to know what happened to 11.
Can we also talk about the fact that Winona Ryder did not get an Emmy nomination,
But Barb did.
but Barb did? I'm not sure about that. I'm a little upset about that. I mean, like,
They're for
all
different
justice for
categories,
Barb.
to be
All
fair.
justice for Barb, yes.
Yeah.
Great, like, congratulations, Shannon Purser, because huge job.
It's great.
And she had also said that she wants a funeral for Barb
want a
in season
funeral
2,
for Barb,
so
yeah.
we're going to have to see if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Can they find her?
They just like, yeah, well, I mean, they're like a closed casket, I guess. But yeah, if you liked Barb, Shannon Purser is also on Riverdale.
Yeah.
And she's playing a very similar character. A little less.
She'll be back too, I think.
She is. It sounds like she's gonna have a bigger role in season 2 and stuff. And I actually love Riverdale, for better or worse. I'm not sure I would say it's a good show, but I definitely love it. And the cast
Sometimes
is just.
those are the best shows.
Yeah, the cast.
That's why
is
I
what
love The
makes
OC.
it. Right, exactly. It definitely has that same vibe. It is very much a CW
Just-
show.
The soap operas, they'll get you. Those teen soap operas.
But yeah, I think it's just like a neat thing when you took a comic book that's so wholesome and you made it like dark and kind of like moody, and that could have failed. That could have failed so bad. Like I was kind of expecting this to maybe be the worst show ever.
We were all like thinking
and
it
it
was
just
gonna
kind of
crash and burn.
worked. Like it just kind of clicked, and that's to the strength of the cast and their chemistry. They clearly you can tell when the cast are friends.
before.
Yeah, and they're all great. They hang out like a lot with each other, like on set, and they like are really like adamant about being friends and like sitting there. And I think you can feel that in those things, and everything kind of comes across way genuine. And plus, it just has so many great characters that we haven't even really like explored a lot. People like Josie and the Pussycats have like been in there a lot, but like love to see more of those. So I'm super excited to see where Riverdale's going as we get to season 2, and hopefully Luke Perry's not dead. Yeah.
Fingers are only crossed.
Say again. The new Doctor Who, yeah. I mean, not Comic-Con news, but definitely right before Comic-Con, so I think it still counts.
And I think Doctor Who's got
How
a
do you
panel
guys feel?
tomorrow
Are you guys
or
excited
Saturday?
for the new Doctor? Hell yeah. All right, me too. I actually had a bet with my friend who's been trying to get me to watch Doctor Who for as long as we've been friends. And I jokingly was like, yeah, sure, as soon as there's a female doctor.
Uh-oh, guess who has to watch it now?
I'll watch Doctor Who. And he texted me and was like,
and he
like,
dropped
I
his
haven't
mic.
forgotten. Like, he's got the tweet saved. Like, he's ready to go. So, like, I'm committed. And I'm so excited to be
He's been waiting so many
committed to it.
seasons
Yeah,
to just
right?
throw
Like,
that in your face.
yeah, it's fine. That's great. I'm so excited. I love the actress who is playing her, whose name I've forgotten. So clearly, you see, there we go. She was amazing in Attack the Block. If anyone saw Attack the Block,
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen Attack the Block, rent it immediately. It also stars like baby John Boyega before he was in Star Wars when he's like
Before
a
he became a
12-year-old.
stormtrooper.
They're both amazing in it. It is one of the best sci-fi movies I've seen in the last like 20 years. It's so tight. It's so like perfectly executed. The creature work in it is awesome. It's a really good film. So go check out Attack the Block.
I feel like Doctor Who could be setting the stage now for a female Bond.
Ooh.
Because there's still those, this guy had
Female Bond.
He had an immediate, like, physical reaction to me saying that.
So the thing about Bond, right, and
but I mean, you never know, right? Because they're in talks right now. They don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'd see it. The thing about Bond is that Bond is technically supposed to be the same person.
The same person, right? Even though
which
there's
I didn't
been
get for a long time.
five guys.
I just thought it was like a new person. I thought it was like Doctor Who. There was like a new
Right.
Bond, but
Yeah.
they're like, no, this is just James Bond. He's just been alive for 80 years, like fighting crime.
Right. With,
It's
like, 8
so
different
it doesn't
actors.
work. It doesn't make quite as much sense as Doctor Who does, where it was like, well, it's like a different person. There's no reason why it couldn't be
Yeah.
like a woman. And so like that makes a lot more sense to me. But at the same time, I'm not sure we need a female Bond because Atomic Blonde
Oh my
looks
god!
so much better than like the last 3 Bond
and
films.
Charlize Theron's gonna be here. I don't remember if it's Friday or Saturday. EW's got their Women Who Kick Ass panel, and Charlize Theron's
be
gonna be.
there.
Oh, I'm so excited for Atomic Blonde. Oh my god, I would love to cosplay as her.
That'd be great.
That's a badass cosplay right
Just-
there. I
just
mean, it's
smack
almost
people with
bordering
your
on
heel.
like Sia. Like I almost want to bust out into like some chandelier, but yeah, no.
It's like a dual-purpose costume, right?
It
If you've got
is.
the blonde wig, you just tug it over your
And
face
that
and you're Sia now.
Sweet pea coat, that sweet jacket. Oh God, yeah, that's gonna be one of those. I feel good now. Like we had Wonder Woman, now we're gonna have Atomic Blonde.
And a Doctor Who.
This
yeah.
summer of ladies.
Yeah, it's a great. It's
So
a
good.
like. It's awesome. I think it's perfect. So Comic-Con, we still have a ton more of Comic-Con. There are still 3 days left, and we will be here on the stage all 3 days. You can get the full schedule of everything we're doing on our Facebook page, facebook.com/getfandom. All the events that you can RSVP to come and join our live streams. And if you are going to be in the area on any of those days, please head over to the interactive pavilion over here and come hang out at our
Fandom
Fandom Fest and hang out with the Pepsi Fandom Fest and the crew. We've got all these chairs. We've got this fake grass that won't stain your butt if you sit on it, so you don't have to worry about it.
We
You can
got
just
some shade
sit
most
down
of
there.
the time.
We're throwing
depending
a
on the
little bit of
sun.
it, but most of it's provided by these giant things above us and
Yeah.
stuff. So it's a good time. So if you're hanging out at Comic-Con, definitely come by and say hi. And if
We've
you
got
can't
some
make
Game
it,
of Thrones panels coming up.
Yeah,
we got
we
Resident
do.
Evil. We've got Michael Rooker coming up in the next few days. So stay tuned to our schedule and check us out.
doing
and yeah.
cosplay contests. We're doing giveaways. If you're a Resident Evil fan, you're definitely going to come for that giveaway because we are going to give away some cool stuff there. So definitely check it out. If you haven't followed us on social media, we are Get Fandom on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitch.
If you want to talk to us, hashtag us at #FandomFest.
There you go.
Ask us some questions.
All right, and we will see you back here tomorrow for way more nerd action at Comic-Con. Peace out. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Stay cool.